Ladies and gentlemen, our featured performer tonight, the one, the only, the very talented storyteller of our generation, Miss Dr. Dreame.
Even the dream!
Yes, and the doctor is on. Yes, my name is Dr. Dreame. And I am the imagination mover. And as this imagination mover, I'd like to take everyone's collective imagination and put you in the body of a reveler all the way back in 1969. Yes, you're at Woodstock. Yes, and the last act is going on. And I figured it'd be the perfect thing to start off this little show with. And who comes on finishing is none other than Mr. Jimmy Hendrix. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Where'd he go? He disappeared. Anyway, I'd like to take you, everyone in this room's imagination now. And now, you're in the body of a female bounty hunter. Yes, you are in the alternative Old West. In an alternative Old West, where certain things exist, such as magic. And so you're riding your huge dragon. And as you soar over a very hot, large desert, you notice in the middle is the establishment that you're looking for. And so you go down. And you land in front of this establishment. Yes, it's the old potion saloon. And you go through the wooden double doors. And you have your spurs on. And you walk up, and eventually, this is a very narrow building, very narrow. And you walk up, and at the very end is a bar. And behind the bar is the proprietor, owner, bartender of this 24/7 bar. But of course, it doesn't serve liquor. No, it serves potions. Yes, and it's Zed the Wizard, and he's there cleaning a shot glass. And he notices you and smiles in.
Hi there, gal. How you doing? Well, I know what you're looking for.
And so he turns around, and behind him, along the back, where the mirror is, he pulls out a big crystal ball. And it's cloudy. But then the clouds move away. And then you hear a disembodied voice say, "Hello, Sadie Slade," which is you. And, well, suddenly a picture of a beautiful woman appears. That's Glenda Gunn. She's wanted for robbing people and banks. The reward is 10,000 gold coins. It's up to you. She's very dangerous. She carries 3 slick shooters with her. Slick shooters are very dangerous animals that have cobra snake bodies and very small ball beady eyes, and no nose, and a mouth, but the lips are similar, very thick lips that form a sort of barrel, like a gun barrel. And if they open a poison dart or cloud, and if it hits you, you're dead. However, if Zed the Wizard gives you what you need, then they shouldn't hurt you. So don't worry. Unless one gets your heart, then it's all over.
Well, I'll get you that potion there, gal. I bet you want to take that, don't you? There you go. So, here, you take that.
So you take a shot glass full, and here.
That'll immunize you against them things a bit. You better get that thing back on again. You don't even know where she is. Hey, where is she?
She's in the village of Whitewater. Get your ass out now. That's what you do. You get back on your Drago the dragon, and you fly to Wetwater and land in front of the Wetwater Hotel. The hotel there, and go in. And then you see the desk clerk there, and the desk clerk says,
Well, what can I do you for?
and you tell him that you're looking for Glenda Gunn.
Yeah, I think she did. Since she signed in, I reckon she did. Let me just look at this. Yeah, right here. Room 1509. Yeah, it's quite a piece up there. Yeah, and I mean, it's up there. You need to get here. You know, there's a telescope right up. It's right at the top of the stairs. Yes, sir. Yeah, you can get right on top of this magic carpet here and just head right on up. See? But it won't do you no good because she ain't even there. No, she's out and running around. I don't know. She'll be back soon about. Why don't you just wait here in the lobby? Yeah.
So that's what you do. You wait in the lobby.
Yeah, you just sit right there on that floating couch there, that floating sofa. Yeah, come in.
And sure enough, she shows up. And she's carrying a large handbag. And one of these horrible things around her neck. Slick shooters. And she sees you, and you stand up with your pistol in your hand and tell her, look, you can go with her alive or end up the other way. You say it very dramatically to her, so she gets things and she just smiles, and with thought control, she's able to allow this thing to do what she wants. And she causes it to begin firing these poisonous projectiles at you. And so you fire it. But that second shot gets it right in the eyes. Man, she quickly opens up the bag. And two of these things jump out. And one heads toward you while the other one circles around and gets behind you. You don't notice it so much because you're busy concentrating on the other one. Finally, you get it with your final last shot. And the other one, at this moment, slides over your shoulder, slithers over it, and is about to shoot a projectile into your heart. And you reach down and grab a hunting knife attached to your leg and lop its head off. Well, Glenda sees this and turns around and heads out. And you follow with her, but you have a magic lasso that you bought earlier from Zed the Wizard. And so you get out and you lasso her. And it instantly not only lassos her, but it ties her up. And then you're able to get it to fasten onto the back of your dragon. And you tell her that she's wanted. Either way, you get the money. Alive or dead. You're heading back. You're heading somewhere to collect on that reward. 10,000 gold. Coins. Going back in time, but not really. You're just another person, though. A person who is fast asleep. Yes, you're inside a person who currently is sitting on a park bench in a park, and you have your head back, and you're snoring away with your mouth open. Yes, and now your mind is entering Dreamville. And so you're somewhere. You're on what seems to be like something like a one of those riding lawnmowers, but no, it's not a mower. It's a cleaner. It's a carpet cleaner, and you're cleaning this gigantic, fluffy white carpet. Yeah. And you're moving across, and this carpet goes at least, how many miles either direction. And you look around from you can't see any light source, but it's obviously, there's a light somewhere because you can see everything. You can see you're surrounded by a bunch of white walls and white ceiling. You're in a gigantic white room. And in the distance, you see a small, dark figure. And that dark figure is coming closer. And as they get closer, you can make out that it's wearing a black hazmat suit. Yes, a black hazmat suit. And it's carrying in its left hand what looks to be a can of something with a skull and crossbones on it. And it's attached to a hose that's attached to a nozzle in his right hand. It's right hand. You're not sure what it is, but it's coming closer. And you realize just by its footsteps, and it's getting closer, that it's a giant. And as you're observing this, all of a sudden a gigantic cockroach comes by, and this thing just fires a nozzle, and spray comes out of it and hits that cockroach. And immediately it freezes. Must be dead, it's not moving. And suddenly, a gigantic tarantula starts moving towards you. And once again, the big exterminator fires. It's suddenly dead. And you're standing there looking at this giant in a hazmat suit, and you're ready to thank it for saving your life. But it suddenly starts firing at you. And you turn to run in the other direction, and suddenly the ground starts opening up. A little crevice appears. And you fall in. And you fall and fall. And you land on a fluffy white cloud. Yes, you're on a fluffy white cloud right now. And there's a little breeze, in fact a large breeze. And you walk to the edge of this fluffy white cloud and you look over, and yes, you see blue sky around you and land below. And just as you notice this, you look in front of you, and there, coming right at you, is a huge jet. And it passes through you, and suddenly, you don't feel any wind. And it's very still. And you're standing on top of this jet. It seems to be moving, but you don't feel it. And you're standing on top of like a steel tile of some sort. You're kind of rocking on it. It's kind of loose, and so you pull it up. Throw it aside. And you look down, and you see it's the coach section of a passenger jet. And there's an open seat there, so you just jump into it. And you're there, and you don't see anybody. Well, there's no passengers and no crew. After you check where the cabin is, you're all alone. And just as you realize this, you begin to feel the jet seems like it's about to crash. And so you go up to the emergency door and you open it up, unlock it, it opens, and you walk out, and you're in an airport gate. In an airport gate, and there's some guy there, and he's got a sign. He's holding a sign with your name on it. And you go up and ID yourself. And he says, "Follow me." And so you follow him, and you go out into this forest area. You're suddenly in the forest. And there's birds tweeting, and you start waking up and keep hearing the birds. But as you're listening, you feel shit on your head. You think it's shit, and then you feel shit suddenly on your nose and in your mouth. But not to worry, no, because you just entered someone else's body with your imagination, so you're nice and clean. Right now, I'm taking your collective imagination. And now, you're in the body of a female talk show host by the name of Tiki Talker. Yeah, and you're up in your dressing room office there, and you're watching a monitor, and you realize the show is beginning, and you hear the announcer announcing the guests. And finally, he says, let's hear it for TV Talker! And at that moment, you beam from your office dressing room down to the X right on the floor there in front of the studio audience. And there you are, you go into your comedy monologue. Oh yes, full of the latest showbiz gossip and current events, etc. And make fun of all these silly ass things. They're actually serious. That doesn't matter. You're just having fun. They're having fun. Everybody's having fun. And then you beam over to your desk. And there you are, sitting behind your desk. And you introduce your first guest. And you beam her from the green room, rather the green sector, into the chair next to your desk.
Hi. Yeah, I'm really glad to be here. This is really great. This is really terrific. Let me tell you a little bit about myself.
You can roll your eyes, most do, but anyway, we kind of coax her a little bit.
And yeah, I was just all messed up, fat and ugly and everything.
Since you haven't heard that one before. And she says,
but I just took these beauty capsules and I got all beautiful, and then I had the excess fat suction out of my nostrils. Of course, I had a little brain damage, so I have a little earpiece in my ear, my right ear, so there's a guy somewhere that tells me what to say sometimes when I get stuck. And, well, that's how I do my acting, you know? I just go and I say, and all of a sudden he just goes, I'll get an Oscar this year. I just know it. Uh-oh, I hear the person that seems to be going to sleep. I hear some snoring, I think. Uh-oh.
so you quickly beam her back to the green district. Separate. And you beam your next guest, who is none other than Dude Man Guy. Through, and you start asking him your first question. Unfortunately, he's loaded with electro drugs, so he begins glowing bright orange and floating up towards the ceiling. And so you beam him back to the green district and bring out your last guest. And it's a stand-up comic from the planet of... Yes, that's right. And you don't really know his language, but everybody has earbuds in the audience that instantly translate whatever he says. But you don't have any, and neither, of course, will the viewing audience. But it doesn't matter, he comes out. And so, you beam the other two in, along with him, over to your desk, and as any credits begin to crawl on the screen, you open your desk drawer and pull out your private pistol, fully loaded, and begin doing Russian roulette with your guests. Thank you. You going again, Tom?
We got time for one more.
Time for one more. Okay. All right. Well, I'll do
One more.
one everybody likes. Yeah. So, first of all, I'm going to take you back in time. And now, you're in the year 1970. And you're sitting in front of your manual old, well, it's actually new at this point, underwed portable typewriter. And so, put some paper in. You're just getting really disgusted because you're a writer and you're under contract and you're getting really uptight at this point. You're a female writer, and your husband comes in and says, "Fucking bitch! Get that thing done! I don't, what, you doing a poem or something, a novel? I don't, just do it, huh? Kids crying, just settle down! God damn it! God, I was hungry? Oh, well, what the hell? Well, you don't need him anymore. He's going off to poking. But meanwhile, you're just stumped. It's just not happening. You put another piece of paper in. Put that little thing there. Then another piece of shit. And so, you get a call. Ring, ring. Pick up the phone. It's your agent. And you're up to like about one word. You're not sure exactly where the story is going to go, but it's in motion, and you should have it done tomorrow. Maybe even 4 or 5 hours from now. More likely, tomorrow. Yeah. So, You continue. Doesn't seem to be working. So you feel you need some inspiration. So you get under that kitchen sink, pull out that jug of wine there, cheap wine, and screw the cap. Things get a little bit better, but if you take that roach that's the top of the door there, light that up. Yeah, things are getting a lot better now. Yeah. And suddenly, you realize you're actually typing on a beer roller.
You know, the paper, and what the hell is happening?
You got to get it together. You turn down that radio. Turn down the radio, and you put some paper in that thing, and get it set up there. And you feel it's getting a little stuffy, so you open up the window. Suddenly, a fly zooms in. So you roll up a magazine nearby and start going after it. Smashing the whole place, isn't getting anywhere. So you get a can of that new Killam that's they're advertising on the tube. Try that. You don't know if we got the fly, but you're certainly asphyxiated there. And lo and behold, no, the fly is still there. And he lands right on the T key. So you take your index finger and hit the T, but you miss it. He moves to the H key, so then he goes to the E key, and then he goes. And then you sit down again and you look at what you've just written. There's writing there on the paper. And you come to the gradual realization that this is the best fucking shit you've ever written in your life. And you open the window and try to get the little guy to come back, but we all know how it's going to end.